Hi friends, how are you all? I'm good. So, the insulin. As you heard about the insulin, today we are going to see the what is the insulin hormone. Okay. So, this is Shruti, nursing officer. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Shruti the nursing officer. Okay. Let's get started with today's topic, insulin hormone. Then what is the insulin? As you already heard about the insulin, I think so, because here in the mainly in the diabetic cases we used to hear that the insulin levels are very less, or they are taking the insulin hormonal injections or any tablets, right? So what is this insulin? Insulin is a hormone. Okay, this is a hormone which is secreted by the pancreatic gland. Okay, what is this pancreatic gland? It is a leaf like structure. Okay, this pancreatic, in this pancreatic gland we have a beta cells of islets of Langerhans. The cells are called as beta cells in islets of Langerhans. This insulin is going to produce. Then what is the main use of the insulin? First we have to know how it works in a human body, right? So how it works? First, insulin, which controls the glucose in our body. As you heard that in diabetic cases, when they go for the blood test like a FBS, PPBS or the RBS blood levels, in their RBS, random blood sugar level, okay, that sugar level has to be monitored in the diabetic cases. Okay, so what is the main function of the insulin then? It regulates the blood sugar level. Okay, the food what you eat, that food is going to convert it into a sugar, and that sugar is going to present in your bloodstream. Okay, when this bloodstream is circulating all over the body, the cells and tissues are accepting the glucose level with the help of insulin. I will tell the procedure how it works anta. Okay, so what is the main purpose of insulin? Which controls the glucose in your body. Okay na? Which controls glucose in your body. Second one is helps to store the glucose in liver, fat and muscles. Okay, the liver and fat and the muscles are very plays a very crucial role. Okay, the glucose has to pass to all these parts in order to growth and development, because the main source of energy is a glucose, which we are taking as a, in a form of food. Okay, so this is the second one. What is that? Helps to store the glucose in liver, fat and muscles. Okay, what is the third one? The third one is it regulates your body metabolism also. How it's regulating your body metabolism? How means, see, when you take the food, it is going to get digested, then it is going to get metabolized, right? So this metabolism, how the as I told you already, how the sugar enters into the cells is nothing but the metabolic process occurring. Okay, then the metabolism of what? Carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Okay, these are the three main nutritious aspects. The insulin main helps in metabolism of carbs, proteins and fats. Okay, then what is the purpose of insulin in our body? First, what happens when you eat food? Think you are eating a food, then the carbohydrates or proteins or the fats. Okay, because in these items the insulin is mainly acting, right? So when you, I am taking the example of carbohydrates. When you take the food, the carbohydrates which you take na, those break into the glucose. Okay, what is this glucose? Glucose is the primary source of energy for the human body. Okay, in order to give energy and in order to give the in order to work your body properly, the glucose is very important. Okay, food, those are carbohydrates. Carbohydrates breaks into glucose. Okay, glucose. What is this glucose? After the glucose formation, okay, the carbohydrates metabolized into the glucose, that glucose has to enter into your bloodstream, right? So if this glucose has to pass to each and every cells and tissues, means it has to enter into the bloodstream, because the blood only moving to all the parts of the body, so it enters into the bloodstream. And when it enters into the bloodstream, the brain sends signals to the pancreas to release the insulin. Okay, what the insulin, after production of insulin, what happened? It helps as a barrier or the door for the sugar and uh, sugar and the cells. Okay, for example, you are standing in front of the door, the door is closed. Okay, so see, I can give the example here. This is the water bottle, this is the pen, right? So this is the sugar, right? This is the insulin, sorry, cells. This is the sugar, this is the cells. Okay, in order to that the if the sugar has to go into the cell for the energy production, middle insulin should be there, because it knows how much amount of sugar is required for the growth of a cell. Okay, so only it goes. I can tell you in Telugu and Kannada. See, మీరు ఒక డోర్ దగ్గర నుంచున్నారు అని, సారీ, మీరు ఒక డోర్ దగ్గర నుంచున్నారు అంటే ఆ డోర్కి అండ్ మీరున్న చోటికి ఒక బ్యారియర్ ఉంటుంది. మీరు పుష్ చేస్తేనే డోరు ఓపెన్ ఆర్ క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది కదా. సో ఈ పుష్ చేసేది ఏముంది కదా, మీరు డోర్ని వదిలేసి ఈ పుష్ చేసే ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఏముంది కదా, దట్ ఈస్ ద ఇన్సులిన్. ఓకే, సో మీరు ఎంత లోపలికి వెళ్ళాలో అంత ఫోర్స్గా తీసుకుని లోపలికి వెళ్తారు. అలాగే మీకు ఇన్సులిన్ మళ్ళీ గ్లూకోజ్ సెల్స్లోకి ఎంట్రీ అవ్వాలంటే ఇన్సులిన్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಕನ್ನಡలో అయితే ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಡೋರ್ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ ಡೋರು ಏನು ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ನೀವು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ನೀವು ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್. ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಡೋರನ್ನು ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಆ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸು ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಈ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮಗೆ ಸೆಲ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಈಟ್ ದ ಫುಡ್, those carbohydrates are going to metabolized in the form of glucose, right? This glucose has to enter to the cells for the growth and development. So how much of energy or the glucose level the cell should require, that amount of sugar should be transferred to the particular cell with the help of insulin. Okay, here insulin acts as a barrier for how much it should, the particular cell should require the sugar, that much sugar should be entered into the cell. Okay, this is the mechanism. Okay, are you getting what I am telling? Please comment. If you don't understand, please let me know. I need to change my teaching. Okay, so please comment. Okay, so what are the functions of insulin? As I said you already, the functions of insulin are the which controls the blood glucose level, right? Which controls the blood glucose level. Second one is helps to store the glucose in liver, fat and muscles. As I said you already, it helps in storing the glucose in the form of glycogen. Okay, the glucose is converted into glycogen and it is stored in the liver, right? Okay, then metabolism of what are the three main aspects? The metabolism of carbs, proteins and the fats. Okay na? So these are the functions of hormone. Then If there is a fluctuations in the insulin level, what happens? The fluctuations, the name only suggests whether it is a high production or the reduced production, hypo or hypo I said. So fluctuations in the insulin level leads to the diabetes mellitus, right? As you already said, sugar, we'll say that she is suffering with the sugar, or he is suffering with the sugar, right? So the scientific name is diabetes mellitus, DM, we'll call it as diabetes mellitus. So what is this diabetes mellitus? It is a condition that happens when your blood glucose is too high. Okay, when when you do the blood test, FBS, PPBS, or the high RBS, the within the normal limits, if it is in the normal limits, it's a normal. If it is in the higher rate or the higher normal levels, it's called as diabetes mellitus. Okay, so what happens? It develops when your pancreas is, when it happens when the blood glucose level increases, when your pancreas is unable to produce the insulin properly, whether it is producing very less or it is producing very high. Okay, so here, how can you know? You will get one doubt that how will we know that we are having the diabetes? We'll have a mainly three symptoms, that is the increased thirst, increased hunger, and increased urination. These are the main signs and symptoms. What are those? Increased thirst, increased urination, increased hunger, polyuria, polyphagia, polydipsia, we'll call in the scientific name. Then what are the types of diabetes mellitus? There are mainly uh, commonly will study regarding only two, that is type 1 and type 2. Okay, here we'll know about the three diabetic mellitus cases. Okay, what is the type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes mellitus? Okay, these are the three types. Then what is the type 1? What is type 1? Is the insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. It's called as type 1 is called as insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. What is this? The name only suggests insulin dependent. He or she should take compulsory the insulin injections. The insulin injections are so many types. It's based on their blood sugar level. Okay, we don't want all these things, just know the basics of diabetes. Okay, then what is the insulin dependent? It's also called as juvenile diabetes mellitus. Why it is called as? The name only suggests juvenile. In a smaller children's will we are going to see the insulin dependent, because by birth only the pancreas is unable to produce the proper insulin hormone, like whether it's going to secreting low or it's secreting high. We'll see the causes later. Okay, this is the juvenile diabetes mellitus. Then it is called as the another name for type 1 diabetes mellitus is insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, right? Then why it is called as? It's a very chronic condition, we don't have cure. Even research is going on about the type 1, but they didn't get any result regarding this. Okay, so chronic, it's a chronic condition, and here the pancreas used to make the little or no insulin at all. Okay, either some amount of insulin is going to secreting, but the insulin is not properly acting on the cells, or it is not at all producing the insulin. So the blood sugar level is getting increased, so only they have to take the insulin injections. Okay, then what are the causes for type 1 diabetes mellitus? What is the type 1? Insulin dependent, right? Then what are the factors? Genetic factors. Okay, as you we'll see further videos. We are going to see the what are the genetics and all. So you need to know the genetic factors, okay? The chromosomal abnormalities, everything, okay? Genetic factors. Second one is the any viral infections, okay? Any viral infections to the pancreas, or mainly it is occurring in the childhood, okay? Childhood or the adolescent phase, okay? These are the main causes. And first of all, keep in mind it has no cure. You need to, or you must and should take the insulin injections, okay? Then what are the symptoms? As we seen previously, those are the same symptoms, that is increased thirst, increased hunger, increased urination. Along with these, you will have a so many, those are the bedwetting. The children are going to use the bedwetting, because the complications of diabetes is neuropathy, nephropathy and retinopathy, okay? Neuropathy is the neurons are going to affect, okay? Then nephropathy is a kidney function, okay? The nephron which is present in the kidneys are going to get weaker and weaker. The sphincter control of the bladder is going to decrease, and the bedwetting will be there. Previously, if the child is not suffering with the type 1 diabetes mellitus, he or she should not get bedwetted, okay? If the baby is recently, she is bedwetting, okay? Recently she is bedwetting or he is bedwetting, means maybe he or she is suffering with the type 1 diabetes mellitus. Then he or she is going to get the blurred vision. When in as you already heard, I think so, that if any patient comes with the blurred vision, we are going to check the two aspects, right? That is blood sugar level, RBS level, and the blood pressure, right? So blurred vision will be there. Then the feeling very tired, okay? They'll feel very tired and weak, okay? These are the symptoms of type 1 diabetes mellitus. Then what are the complications if it is not properly treated? There are three aspects I told you already: neuropathy, nephropathy and retinopathy, okay na? This is about the type 1 diabetes mellitus, okay? Cleared about the type 1. So if you have any doubts regarding the type 1 diabetes mellitus, please do mention and clear your doubts then and there only, okay? I'll definitely give you the answer to that question, okay? Next one is type 2 diabetes mellitus. What is the type 2? In the type 1, you have seen the pancreas is secreting only little or not at all. But in type 2, this is called non-insulin dependent. Why it is called non-insulin dependent? The non-insulin dependent diabetes means we have two aspects here in the non-insulin dependent. What are those two aspects? Means here the pancreas does not producing enough insulin, okay? First one is the pancreas is not at all producing the how much amount of insulin should be present in your bloodstream. It's not at all producing by the insulin. Then what is the second interrelated problem here is the cells are not responding, okay? It's not producing one thing. Even though it's producing, our cells are not responding to the insulin in order to receive the sugar from the blood. Sugar level in the sense the blood sugar level in the blood. Then how to manage this? Whether it's not at all producing the insulin or our body is not at all responding, the cells are not at all responding, right? During this time, how you should manage means mainly the causes of type 2 diabetes mellitus is a overweight. Already said you in the health, the physical fitness is important, okay? Your weight management is very important, your nutrition is important, okay? If anyone are suffering with the diabetes mellitus, we can see whether they are obese or the lifestyle is very weak lifestyle, they don't have strong lifestyle and physical fitness won't be there, okay? So if you know the causes, it can be managed. How? If they are obese, what we have to do? We should lose the weight. Okay, losing the weight, eating proper nutrition, and physically active by the exercising or the meditation. Okay, by relaxing. See, think one thing, if any hormonal imbalance is going in our body, means we are having the three things. It is age related, stress related is a main thing, and a overweight. Okay na? Okay na? Do you got the how to manage the type 2 diabetes mellitus? Then what are the signs and symptoms as you seen previously? That is the increased thirst, increased urination, and increased hunger. Along with this, when we become obese, if we get the type 2 diabetes mellitus, during this time the rapid weight loss will be there. Okay, the rapid weight loss will be there. Then you will have a fatigue also. You can't do work, you feel very tired if you do small or similar works. Okay, then you will be having the similar blurred vision because of increased glucose level. Then if you have any wounds or any sores because of any accident or any incident, the healing process will be very slow. Okay, increasing the healing process will be very slow. Okay, then the frequent infections, you are going to get the frequent infections. Why you are getting frequent infections? Because your immunity is going to decreased. Okay, this one. Then you will have the numbness means ಜೂಮ್ ಹಿಡಿಯೋದು ಅಥವಾ ತಿಮ್ಮಿರಿ వచ్చేది. ಜೂಮ್ ಹಿಡಿಯೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, వాట్ వి కాల్ ఇన్ తెలుగు తిమ్మిరి వస్తుంది అని అంటారు కదండి, అది. సో యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ ద నమ్నెస్ అండ్ టింగ్లింగ్ సెన్సేషన్ మీన్స్ దిస్ pricking sensation over the hands and the legs. Okay, these all are the signs and main signs and symptoms you have to know. Okay, then what are the risk factors? What do you mean by the risk factor? The person who is going to get the diabetes mellitus is called as the risk factor. Then who all are going to get the risk factors? Diabetes mellitus: overweight, low physical activity, and increased fat accumulation in your body. That is nothing but the fat, becoming a fat. Then inactive, right? Inactive, just you are eating, sitting and watching TV, or doing work by sitting, not at all doing the physical activity. Then the family history is also important. Ma'am, here the question arises, the family history. If you are not obese, or if you are not at all and we are managing our lifestyle by doing the exercises and proper nutrition, whether we'll get or not. Okay, the chances of getting diabetes mellitus in the family history is there. But if you are maintaining your lifestyle, that is by proper diet and proper exercises, and you are maintaining your ideal body weight, you are very less to prone get the diabetes mellitus. Okay, clear about type 1 and the type 2. Okay, I think you got cleared with the two topics, type 1 and type 2. Okay na? This is all about today's video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, if you understood the topic, please give me one like and comment in the comment box what you want, what the doubts you have, please you can ask. And please subscribe to my channel. And you are my family. We are now 113 family members are there. Okay, please subscribe to my channel, and please like, share to your family and friends, and please do subscribe to my channel. Okay, so in the next video we are going to know about the gestational diabetes mellitus. Okay, thank you, bye bye.